Hi there, and welcome to Journey to Kidlit. Today we're going to be talking about one of the top graphic novels for 2018, Hey Kiddo. This is written by Jarrett Krosoczka, and it's about his real life story of his entire life growing up. And although Jarrett didn't have a traditional family dynamic like we all think of, he was raised by his grandparents and his mom was addicted to drugs and was not really in his life. This book ended up being very hopeful and filled with a lot of different possibilities, as well as taught children that you don't need to have a traditional family dynamic in order to have a really nice family that you got to choose. Although this is a sad book with a lot of dark issues, I really like that Jarrett ended the book with a hopeful ending. It's not necessarily a happy ending or like a cliche kind of ending. It just is very nice and well done, and it just gives any reader or any child that's in the situation a sign of hope. So if they are going through this kind of a situation, they know that they can find an outlet, that they're not alone, and that there is light at the end of the tunnel or after they graduate, which I really like, and I really appreciate Jarrett sharing his story with us. I also really enjoyed how Jarrett included an aspect in his story about how children shouldn't be afraid to dream. Because even though you might be in a hard situation or in a really dark circumstance where you don't see a way out, you know that you can choose your own life and that we are in control of our outcomes, no matter what situation we're brought up into. And I think that Hey Kiddo did a really good job of showing children that they don't have to stay stuck wherever they are. I'll admit, I was a little bit nervous to read this book because I had heard how dark it was, but I was pleasantly surprised at how much I enjoyed reading it, even in the times where it wasn't hopeful or positive or even light. One of the very first conferences I ever went to, an editor was telling the group to treat children's book writing like a hot stove. You just put your hand on it and you leave it there until it burns. Meaning, don't be afraid to go dark and to tell a true story that will resonate with your readers, even if it is gritty or grim. Sometimes that's exactly what a kid needs and is what they're looking for, because they're looking for someone to connect with them, someone to understand what they're going through. It doesn't always have to be addiction. It could be even like an eating disorder or dealing with your body issues or even dealing with being the new kid or not being able to make friends. There's so many different aspects in which kids go and us still go through as adults that people don't talk about. And that's our job as writers, to give those stories and to help people find someone to connect with and to know that there is a positive later and that there is something to hope for. If you're interested in writing graphic novels or writing a book that deals with real issues, be sure to pick up Hey Kiddo by Jarrett Krosoczka. And be sure to visit journeytokidlit.com, where we have a bunch of writing and publishing tips available for you. Also, subscribe to our channel because we post new videos every week. As always, happy writing!